Good morning, students. Today we are starting the new chapter number 2, Nutrition in Animals. Earlier, you have studied the first chapter, that is Nutrition in Plants. Now, come to the left side, the chapter focus. Here, the chapter focus is given, that is the main topic. Modes of nutrition in animals, human digestive system, feeding and digestion in other organisms, modes of nutrition in ruminant. These are the four topics that we will discuss in this chapter. Now, come to the activity. Preparing a balanced meal. That means, how should we prepare a balanced meal? What do you mean by balanced meal? Balanced meal means the balanced diet, the food, the diet we should take every day. Here the plate is given, the picture of plate. So what should we keep the balanced diet in this plate? We should take the balanced diet in the form of the nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, as well as vitamins and nutrients. So what are the balanced diet? Chapatis, rice, then the vegetables, meat, egg, milk, then the fruits, etc. Come to the next paragraph. All living organisms need energy to live and grow. Plants convert the light energy from the sun to chemical energy in the form of food. Animals derive energy from the food produced by plants. So plants are called as the producer, whereas animals are called as the consumer. Plants produce their food by themselves by the process called photosynthesis, but animals cannot make their food themselves. It depends on plants. So animals are called heterotrophs, or demonstrate heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So let us study about the modes of nutrition in animals, sorry. The word heterotrophs comes from Greek word heteros, meaning others, and trophos, meaning feeder. Depending on the source of food, heterotrophic animals may exhibit different modes of nutrition. The modes of nutrition that is commonly observed in animals and in human is holozoic nutrition. So heterotrophic nutritions are basically of two types: parasitic nutrition and holozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition is the most common nutrition. Holozoic nutrition is the process in which animals take in complex solid food and break it down into simpler forms inside the body. So it is a type of nutrition in which food is taken in the form of complex food and then it breaks down into the simpler forms. So all animals like dog, cat, fish, human exhibit Holozoic nutrition. Now come to the next page. Here it is given the time. On the basis of food animals could be A. Herbivorous, B. Animals like cow, goat, sheep and monkey that feed on only plants on plant parts are called herbivorous plant animals. Carnivorous. Animals like lion, tiger, jackal and panther feed on meat from other animals are carnivorous animals. Omnivorous. Omnivorous animals feed both on animals as well as plants food. Humans, bears, dog, crows and ants are example of omnivorous animals. See here the diagram picture. Sun is considered as the ultimate source of energy. Sun solar energy passes through herbivorous, then the carnivorous via plants. So plant absorb the sunlight, prepare food, and that food is eaten by the herbivores like goat, and then goat is eaten by the lion, and also the man, the omnivores eat both plants and animals. So sun is considered as the ultimate source of energy which flows via plants in the nature. Steps in Holozoic nutrition. What are the steps? Holozoic nutrition is a complex process involving several steps. Though organ process might demonstrate variation in the method. That means different organism takes food in the different ways, but the basic steps are same. So what are the steps? There are 5 steps. Number 1, ingestion. Number 2, digestion. Number 3, absorption. Number 4, assimilation. And number 5, egestion. Ingestion. The process by which an organism takes food inside the body is called ingestion. Different animals takes food by in the different ways. Snails scrap the leaves and chew the food. Vulture or eagle tear the flesh, and hummingbird suck nectar. Touch insects. Animals, human being eats with the help of hand. Next step, after taking food, food goes inside our mouth. Then digestion takes place. Digestion involves both physical method as well as chemical method. So after intake, food is broken down physically and chemically. Physical method include chewing and grinding inside our mouth. Teeth and tongue helps in chewing and grinding as well as to push the food inside the body, food pipe. Then chemically means adding of digestive juices inside the stomach, so that food should be broken down from the complex into the simple one. See the diagram given here. Complex food substances, when digestion takes place, it broken down into more than two or more simpler substances. Example, carbohydrates into glucose, fats into fatty acid and glycerol, and protein into amino acid. Then we have the absorption. Absorption is the process of digestion. After digestion, food, when digested properly, it becomes digested food. So it is absorbed by small intestine into the bloodstream. So there is a projection found in small intestine which is called villi, VILLI, which absorb the digested food. Then when food is digested into the blood, then the absorbed nutrients are carried to all the body as well as in the cells, which is used for energy, growth or repair. So this process is referred as assimilation, so which is a process by which food becomes a part of the body of the animals. Here comes written here the page number 25. Do you know the giant anteater has tube-like jaws? Giant means very big anteater. Say they act as a food processor and they crush the ant and they feed with their long tongue. Now come to the next page. The last process, the egestion, means to throw out, to remove the undigested food or unutilized food, and that process is called egestions. Large intestine helps in egestion along with rectum, which throws out the undigested or unutilized food in the form of phases or waste. Holozoic nutrition with all these steps in a unicellular organism is completed in single cell. Do you know unicellular organism? One single cell organism which performs all that. So unicellular means organism which are made of only one nutrition. Just like parasitic plants, there are some parasitic animals also, and they get nutrition, they derive nutrition by feeding on other animals, organism. The other organism here are called hosts. The parasites either lives inside or remain in close association with the body of the host, absorbing simple form of food from the host. Mosquito, lice, roundworm and tapeworm are common form of parasites that use human as their host. So mosquito and lice derive nutrition by sucking the blood in the blood through a tubular proboscis. Proboscis is a long sucking tube. Tapeworm and roundworm are the worms which lodge themselves, which surround themselves in the digestive system, and they absorb the digested food from the body of the host. So parasite derive benefits from the host and thus cause discomfort or disease in many cases. Amoebiasis and giardiasis are such diseases in human caused by single cell parasites. So these are the infections found in stomachs and intestine. Now, here the checkpoint is given. Match the picture with the word given. Eagle, snail, then we have the cow, bear, mosquito and tigers. Words scrapping, herbivore, carnivore, tears its food, carnivore and omnivore and parasite. Eagle, tears its foods. Snail, scrapping. Cow, herbivore. Bears, omnivore. mosquito, parasite, and tiger, carnivore. So, this will be the homework for you. You will write the checkpoint in your rough copy for the chapter 2 and also read and learn the pages from 24 to 25, 26. The hard word also. That's all for today. Thank you.